delivering a superb learning experience, where we talk about how you can leverage your expertise so you can create impact, scale up, and live the lifestyle that you desire. And this week, in this week's Tuesday Talk, we want to talk about something that we've been working on for a while now, and that is our ultimate leverage formula. It's the key things that we've found that are those elements you need to put in place to really be able to leverage your expertise. The formula. And that's what we're going to talk about today and take you through what that formula is. Because the reality is that delivering your educational content online is the key to having a profitable and scalable business. We've only got so much time. There's only 24 hours in the day, 7 days in the week. There's only so much time. So if we're looking at trying to scale, then we are limited by that time. And we have to split that time between eating and sleeping and working and having a life. So if we really want to scale, then we've got to go beyond what we are capable of physically. And so we've actually got to be able to scale through and leverage our expertise through digital learning products by putting this content online that people can consume 24/7. They can consume without your involvement. And if you think about all of that information that you have in your head and think about all that information that you're constantly delivering to your clients, and it's now sitting in a digital format that they can consume, it then means that you're able to deliver that information to a lot more people. And you're also able to then obviously free up a lot of your time. If we look at a lot of coaches, and we've got the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, and quite often we see that 20% of 20% of efforts actually results in 80% of profit. And we see the same thing as well with coaches and delivering information. And quite often that 20% is the transformational things, the actions that you take with a client where you really help them solve a problem and transform. The 80% is obviously a lot of that is more informational piece. Not saying it's not valuable information, but being informational, that's taking up 80% of your time giving that information. Whereas by putting the content into a digital asset, whether it's video or PDF or whatever that might be, that allows you to then scale. And then when you scale and you live that lifestyle, and you've got so much more time, then you've got the freedom to choose with what you're going to do. And so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about putting this ultimate leverage formula into place so that you can scale and live the lifestyle you desire. So what is the formula? Well, it's 7 steps, and this has been done from a lot of work that we've done over the past couple of years, working with a whole range of different clients, from large corporates down to solopreneurs, and we've identified that to really do that, to really leverage your expertise, then there's obviously these 7 key steps that you need to put in place. You need to nail your niche. You need to craft your pitch. You need to design your experiences. You need to promote your program, build your assets, set up your systems, and ultimately launch your program. So the first one, nail your niche. And this is really about getting clear on your target market and really understanding who it is that you're serving and understanding the problems that you're solving for these people. And to do that, we go through our 5 Ps to nail your niche. And that's your purpose. Working out, what is your purpose and why are you doing this? The second one is position, and looking at, where are you positioning yourself in the market? What is the market you're targeting and where are you positioning yourself? You can be, can have a niche in a market, or you could have a micro niche. For example, you might be in the fitness industry, and you might want to target bodybuilders or boot camps or whatever that might be. So you can actually think about what is that position you're going to take. You've also got the opportunity of going, okay, do I want to be the cheapest in the market? And maybe you want to have a model that is selling high volume at low cost. Or ultimately, and probably the better place to be, is to be that high ticket, selling the high quality program. Maybe you're not selling as many, but you're delivering a much bigger and better outcome and experience. So it's really thinking about what is that position. The third P is the persona. And we've got other videos, we've done other Tuesday talks where we talk about our persona model. And it's really about understanding who is that target audience, what is their persona, what are their problems that they're having, the obstacles, why they need this program, why do they need this solution. And really understanding who they are so that you can be ruthlessly relevant when you are delivering your program. Looking at the pains that they're having and looking at how you can actually create that painkiller solution, how you can deliver that prize to them, which is ultimately, yes, that painkiller solution. So they're the 5 Ps that you want to consider as part of nailing your niche. So that's the first thing that we do as part of this ultimate leverage formula. The second is then looking at crafting your pitch. And this is really where we start to bring in the Think Wrapped model, which allows us to create these powerful visual models. Craft your pitch through visual models, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. And what we're seeing is that the power of visuals, and so much of the brain's processing power is taken up by using and understanding visuals. People love visuals. People love pictures. They love images. And by crafting your pitch into these powerful visual models gives you something that people can easily, really easily see and understand, which makes your pitch and promotion so much easier. But it also provides a great outline for your program. So the visual models that we take you through, the first one is the results model, and where we look at, well, what are the results that you're going to get or that your client is going to get by working with you. The answers model is what are the key things that need to be put in place to be able to achieve those results. The process model is very much our ultimate leverage formula. It's the process that you go through to be able to get the results, to be able to put those key things in place. And then the target model talks about the benefits. And so we actually craft, as part of crafting your pitch, we craft these 4 key models. The results model and target model are really tapping into the emotional side of the person's brain. And then the answers and process model is very much targeting the rational side. Or you can look at the results and target being very much around why, the answers talking about the what, and the process model talking about the how. And it's not just about crafting your pitch, because once we've got this process model down pat, once we've got that nailed, because one of the things when we're trying to create an experience, when we're trying to deliver educational content to our learners, it's so easy to overwhelm them. And if they become overwhelmed, it's going to become too hard. They're not going to learn. You're not going to deliver the impact you want. One of the best ways that you can avoid overwhelming them is by showing them a clear process that they're going to go through. And so it's not just about crafting your pitch. It's about crafting your whole program and talking about the how. Once we've done that, we can then start to look at designing the experiences. And There's a whole lot of different experiences. Once we've actually crafted your pitch, we can then leverage that valuable intellectual property, and we can leverage it in a number of different ways. You'll end up with the pitch deck by taking people through what the results, the answers, the process, the target, the benefits, etc., is all part of that pitch deck. It gives you the course outline. We've just built the process model. We've just built what is the process we're going to take people through, and that is our course outline. It's the outline for our masterclass program. It's the outline for your book structure. It is also gives you the outline if you think about the social media content, and you can then talk about all of the aspects that are part of that process model. You can talk about the aspects that are part of the answers model. You can talk about the results model. You can talk about the benefits that all of this provides. And you end up with this plethora of social media content. And it also gives you your marketing materials. But the key things I think there is really to dive into, the process and understanding that process that you've got. And from that as well, then we can look at creating this experience ecosystem. We understand the process. We understand the key things that need to be put into place. And from that, we can create this ecosystem of experiences that move through from interest to information to implementation to integration, that go from informational to transformational products, and creating that ecosystem of products. And so people can come in and start to consume your interest products and move through the funnel to information, implementation, and ultimately integration. Then once we've done that, then we can start to look at promoting your program. Okay? And this is pretty easy because we know what we're promoting. We've crafted your pitch, and crafting your pitch has put everything into place. As we said, it's given us the opportunity to craft your pitch. It's given you the opportunity to create your marketing materials. And we go through and we promote your program. And we do this and see and just do a check to make sure that, yes, people are willing to pay and wanting to buy your course. It's a bit of a pre-sale type situation. So if you're in that space and you want to pre-sell, then this is a great way to do it. Promote your program and get people to put their hand up and say, yes, I'm interested. And it's also this opportunity to take people, again, through a bit of a funnel where we get them and we go, okay, all right, they're strangers, and we connect with them. Because that's the big thing. It's all around making the connections. And we take them from stranger to suspect, and we engage them, and we start to have a conversation with them, whether that be through digital assets or could be through an actual physical conversation, one-to-one, Zoom call, group meeting, whatever that might be. You can then look at turning them into prospects and convert them into a program where they become a paying client. And then we continue to engage with them. And ultimately, they become advocates of our program. And those advocates can go and talk to other strangers and suspects and help us to continue to promote our program. Then once we've done that, once we've got people putting their hand up and going, yes, this is the painkiller solution I need, then we step in, and the fifth piece in the formula is to build your assets. And that could be, and with the building of the assets, we've got our aspects of learning design where we want to provoke people. We want to get their attention. We want to switch their brains on. We want to create assets that provide information. We want to create assets that allow people to practice and perform. So there's a number of different assets that we want to create as part of that. And those assets could be videos, could be an animation, could be a PDF, could be interactive e-learning, could be quizzes, could be a whole range of different things. It's not just get on video and create some videos. Okay, it's a matter of thinking about what is it that you want to create. What are those pieces? What are those elements in that piece? What are we trying to do? Are we provoking, providing, practicing, performing? And what do we do? How do we match the media to the method? and deliver that as part of building out these assets. So there's a whole range of different assets you could actually be creating as part of your ultimate course formula. Then we want to go through and set up the systems. And this is where we then start to look at things like the learning platform. Okay, we've built all of our learning assets. We need somewhere for them to go. And so it's a matter of putting them into the learning platform. Creating a CRM that's going to allow us to engage and have that conversation with people, to be able to track people, to get their details, to be able to email them and to start engaging them in a conversation. And landing pages that we can use to promote our program and to get people to really show an interest in those things. And then the last piece is very much around launching your program. And that's it. Bang, launch, done. We've got people putting their hand up. People are interested. We've built the great assets. We know we've got a great process because we've crafted the pitch. We've got some great visual models. They all come into the online course, into your masterclass, and for whatever your program is, and allows you to then launch your program. So that is the ultimate leverage formula. And so what we've got is we've got a masterclass coming up that is going to take you through those pieces coming soon. It's going to be a 12-week cohort-based masterclass. So keep an eye out. Got some information coming out about that coming up very soon. So if you're interested in jumping in and having us step you through each of the steps in this formula, then that's something that we'll be doing. Cohort-based, so there's going to be a lot of accountability, social learning, whole range of different things happening as part of this masterclass. As I said, coming soon, keep your eye out. As per usual, with all of our Tuesday talks, any questions, comments, thoughts, drop them in the chat, whether you're watching it on YouTube, LinkedIn, or if you're tuning in through our Facebook group. If you're not tuning in through our Facebook group, please jump in, join into our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups Edgepreneur Hub. That is this week's Tuesday Talk. We're just outlining our ultimate leverage formula. Catch you next week for our next Tuesday Talk.